Hey guys, Naz here with another video. In this video, I'll be going over how to play Scholar in PvP. As of patch 6.1, all jobs got a complete revamp, so let's go over our new kits. Our most used button will be Broil 4. This does 5000 potency after 1.5 seconds of a cast time. This will mostly be used as filler while we wait for our cooldowns to come back up. Before I jump into our core abilities, let me go over Expedient as this will make things much easier. Expedient is an AOE buff that increases everyone's movement speed and reduces damage taken by 10% for 10 seconds. It also grants us Recitation. This should be used on cooldown as it's one of our strongest defensive tools and our only reliable way to get Recitation. Now onto the skills that are affected by Recitation. Adloquium is an instacast spell that heals and gives the target a shield for 4000 potency. On top of that, the ally deals 10% more damage for 10 seconds. Now if used while under Recitation, then the shield will be 6000 potency. According to the tooltip, Recitation is supposed to buff Catalyst, which is supposed to make the damage buff go from 10% to 15%, but as of patch 6.11, it may be a typo or a mechanic not functioning properly because it's still 10%. Biolysis is a damage over time instacast spell that does 15,000 potency over 15 seconds. It also decreases damage coming from the afflicted by 10%. If used under Recitation, then this will do 22,500 damage over 15 seconds. Both Adloquium and Biolysis are amazing, but they're single target. If only there was a way to make them AoE. That's where Deployment Tactic comes into play. If used on an ally, then you can spread Adloquium to all allies in range, and if you use this on an enemy, then it'll spread Biolysis to all enemies in range. This is a fantastic ability, and if used properly, you can maintain a 10% damage buff for all party members for the whole game. You can do this for Biolysis, but it's harder for all enemies to be together the whole time, but it's possible. Mummification is an off-GCD 6000 AoE conal attack that reduces all healing actions by 25% for 10 seconds. This is a great way to guarantee you're able to kill someone. Lastly, let's go over our brand new limit break. Summon Seraph brings forth Seraph and she'll cast Seraph Flight upon arriving on the battlefield. Seraph Flight gives all allies in range one status nullification to Purify Could Cleanse and Excogtation for 20 seconds. Excogtation will recover 8000 potency if the ally falls below 50% HP or the 20 seconds are over. Seraph will also cast Seraph Veil to any damaged ally, which heals and shields them just like Adloquium. Our limit break button will change to Consolation. We only get one usage per limit break, so be mindful when using this. Consolation recovers and shield all allies in range for 4000 potency. This is a great limit break to use during teamfight as it provides a huge HP buffer for your team to survive the enemy's damage and then retaliate back. The general gameplay for Scholar is staying in the backline and max cast range and firing off broils while keeping up Adloquium for the damage buff. Here's a fun combo I use when initiating teamfights to help my allies out. Adloquium, Deployment Tactics, Expedient, Biolysis on an enemy close to other enemies, Deployment Tactics, and Mummification. Before I forget, let's go over our common actions. Standard Elixir fully heals your HP and MP, but it does take 4.5 seconds to use, so when using this you want to be behind cover, otherwise if you get hit the cast will interrupt you and you will have to start all over again. Recuperate is our only use of our MP resource. It heals us for 15,000 HP on a 1 second cooldown. Try to only use this when you'll get the full value, as MP recovery is rather slow. Every 3 seconds you get back 500 MP, so it'll take 15 seconds to get another usage, which is a long time on the battlefield. Purify gets rid of debuffs and gives us immunity to those debuffs for 5 seconds so we don't get chain status. Guard reduces the damage we take by 90% and grants us numerous status immunities for 5 seconds. Well, there has to be a drawback, right? There is. You get a 50% movement speed penalty when activating this. It's best to use this when someone is trying to kill you and you couldn't escape otherwise, to get the full value out of this and act as a pseudo cancel to the penalty. Lastly, we have Sprint. This increases your movement speed so you can catch up to your foes or run away to safety. If this video brought you value, please leave a like and consider subscribing, as I plan on making more guides for other jobs I enjoy in PvP. Until the next video, I'll see ya!